everyone, Cadams Tech here. So in today's video, I want to discuss the difference between front-end, back-end, and full-stack engineering in 2 minutes. But first, if you're new to my channel, my name is Chris Adams. I'm a full-stack software engineer living in the Tampa area. My goal for this video is to provide you with some useful information, and if you feel like you've gotten any, remember to like, subscribe, and share with anyone that you know is interested in learning development. All right, so front-end engineering, I consider this to be HTML, CSS, JavaScript. HTML is hypertext markup language, which is essentially the structure of the page. It's when the browser interprets the page. Hey, this should be the heading. This should be the body of the web page. This should be the footer of the web page. CSS, cascading style sheets. This includes the aesthetics, the styling of the page. Hey, I want this text over here to be red. Hey, I want this text over here to be blue. Hey, I want this font over here to be Times New Roman. I want, hey, if I hover over this thing, turn it blue, turn it red, turn it gold. I want this background color to be this. If I resize the browser page, I want it to get smaller. If I make it larger, I want everything to get larger. Things like that. JavaScript programming language. If I submit this form, I want it to throw an error because the user hasn't supplied all of the input values. If I submit this form, I want it to pass this information to the server. So there's definitely more you can do on the front end. There's different layers, there's different technologies you can stack onto that. But for the purpose of the front end, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, bare minimum, that's front end engineering. Back end, we're talking about API. We're talking about application programming interface. So say we have the user registration form example, right? Well, we might have a route /user. In the /user route, we're going to do different things. We're going to accept that information that was passed from the front end. Let's validate it. Let's make sure it's valid. Let's make sure there aren't any security holes. Let's make sure the front end isn't trying to submit something malicious to us. If it's bad, let's throw it back to the front end and say, hey, this is an error. We can't accept this. If it's good, let's go ahead and transform and massage this data into the format that the users table will expect. And when we get it that way, let's go ahead and insert the record into the database table. Next time the user logs in, we can retrieve this information from the users table, and we can display different things onto the page on the front end. All right, so now full stack is what I just mentioned for front end and back end together. You're doing all of it. You're doing it from start to finish. I typically like to start with the front end first because then I can see the UI, I can see what's going on before I build out the server. But some people like to start with the server first and then work their way towards the front end. I hope this information has been useful to you all. If you find this has been useful, remember to like, subscribe, and share with anyone that you know is interested in learning development. I have a ton of content coming out for you all very soon, so see you all later.